The story of the Lego system begins not with a brick, but with a crisis. In the early 1930s, the Great Depression hit Billund, Denmark. A master carpenter named Ole Kirk Christensen saw his business collapsing. People couldn't afford houses or furniture. So he made a radical pivot. He began making small wooden toys. He was a man of principle, believing that only the best is good enough, or in Danish, det bedste ikke for godt. He named the company Lego, a contraction of leg god, meaning play well. For years, Lego was synonymous with high-quality wooden ducks, yo-yos, and pull toys. It was a craft, not yet a system. In 1947, Ole Kirk made a gamble that baffled his family. He purchased the first plastic injection molding machine in Denmark from Britain. It cost an unimaginable sum, more than twice the company's previous year's profit. Everyone told him plastic was cheap and brittle, a fad that would pass. Ole Kirk didn't listen. He saw potential in this new material, provided it could be treated with the same precision as his beloved wood. He wasn't just buying a machine, he was buying the future. By 1949, the machine produced the forerunner to the legend, the automatic binding brick. Visually, it looks like a modern Lego brick. It has studs on top. It is rectangular. But if you hold one, it feels dead. The underside is completely hollow, just an empty shell. There are no tubes inside. This meant you could stack them, but you couldn't build anything complex. If you picked up a model by the roof, the floor would fall off. It was a stacking block, not a locking block. This was the egg stage. The DNA of the future was there. The modular dimensions, the 8mm height, the plastic studs. But the life force was missing. These early bricks were sold alongside the wooden toys, often ignored by shopkeepers who preferred metal soldiers. But Ole Kirk and his son Gottfried persisted. They had the shape, but they hadn't yet discovered the soul of the brick. They were on the verge of a discovery that would change the geometry of play forever. In the mid-50s, Gottfried Kirk Christensen, Ole's son, had a conversation that changed the industry. A toy buyer complained that toys have no system. They were isolated items that didn't work together. Gottfried realized Lego could be different. In 1955, he launched the Lego system of play. The idea was revolutionary. Every set you bought would expand the world of the sets you already owned. A town plan where cars, houses, and trees all fit together. But there was still that fatal flaw. The bricks didn't stick. Gottfried became obsessed with clutch power, the ability of bricks to snap together firmly, yet pull apart easily. He experimented with slits, bumps, and varying walls. The breakthrough came in January 1958. He realized that by placing hollow tubes inside the bottom of the brick, he created a three-point contact system with the studs below. This geometric marriage created friction and stability. On January 28, 1958, at 1:58 p.m., he filed the patent. This is the birthday of the modern Lego brick. With the tube introduced, the caterpillar began to grow rapidly. The new design meant models were no longer fragile. You could build cantilevers, overhangs, and vehicles that survived a crash. The math is staggering. Just 6 2x4 bricks of the same color can be combined in over 915 million different ways. The tube didn't just hold the bricks together. It unlocked infinite creativity. The brick became a medium of expression, as flexible as clay, but as precise as engineering. Tragically, Ole Kirk Christensen died shortly after the patent was filed. He never saw the full global domination of his plastic brick. In 1960, a fire destroyed the wooden toy warehouse. Gottfried took it as a sign. He decided to discontinue wooden toys entirely to focus solely on the Lego system. The caterpillar had consumed the resources of the past and was now ready to spin the cocoon of a global standard. By the 1970s, the Lego system was structurally sound, but it was lonely. The towns built by children were ghost towns. Early figures were brick-built and stiff. The system needed a human interface. In 1978, the chrysalis hardened into its perfect form with the arrival of the minifigure. Designed by Jens Nygaard Knudsen, it had movable arms and legs and a friendly yellow face that transcended race and gender. Suddenly, the system had a storyteller. With the minifigure came the definition of the modern play themes. The late 70s and 80s gave us the Golden Trinity: Legoland Town, Castle, and Space. The brilliance was the interoperability. A knight could hold a walkie-talkie. A spaceman could ride a horse. The gray of the castle walls was the same gray used in spaceship engines. This reinforced the core philosophy. It is all one toy. The system allows you to combine the past with the present to create something new. This era solidified the most important rule of the chrysalis: backward compatibility. A Lego brick molded in 1980 fits perfectly with a brick molded today. This requires manufacturing tolerances of 0.002 millimeters, tighter than aerospace standards. This consistency turned Lego from a disposable toy into an intergenerational asset. Parents passed their collections to their children, and the collections grew, locking together perfectly across decades. The system also expanded in complexity. Lego Technic was introduced to challenge older builders, bringing gears, axles, and motors into the mix. Yet even these complex engineering parts could snap onto a standard 2x4 brick. The system was now complete. It covered everything from simple stacking for toddlers, Duplo, to complex robotics for engineers, all within one unified grid. In the early 2000s, the Lego Group nearly went bankrupt. They had drifted away from the system, creating unique parts that didn't fit together. They survived by cutting the excess and returning to the core system, the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis. But today, the system faces its biggest challenge yet: the material itself. The very plastic that makes Lego durable is a problem for the planet. The future is about changing the recipe without changing the brick. We are now seeing the first steps of the sustainable system. Lego has introduced plants from plants, botanical elements like leaves and trees made from sugarcane-based plastic. They are indistinguishable from the old plastic. The ultimate goal is to make all bricks from sustainable materials by 2032. This is a massive chemical engineering challenge. How do you replicate the famous clutch power using recycled bottles or renewable materials? The system must evolve to save the environment. The second wing of the butterfly is the digital bridge. Kids today don't distinguish between physical play and digital play. It's all fluid play. Lego is bridging this gap. We see it in Super Mario sets where the figure reads barcodes on the bricks, or Hidden Side, where your phone reveals ghosts haunting your physical model. The system now includes digital voxels alongside physical studs. It is a hybrid reality. As we look to the future, the Lego system stands alone. In a world of disposable electronics and fleeting trends, the brick remains constant. Whether made of oil or sugarcane, whether used to build a castle on the rug or a spaceship in a video game, the core principle remains: the power of the user to create. The butterfly has taken flight, and the system is no longer just a toy. It is a global language of creativity.